Hi everyone, my name is Vienna and I am an intern at Ravenscroft Schmierer. To tell you a little bit about the firm, it is a full-service law firm with a strong international focus, offering services from corporate law to digital asset work. Today I will be hosting a podcast with 3 of my colleagues at the firm to discuss the paths to becoming a lawyer in Hong Kong.
Hi guys, I'm Kelly and I'm the trainee solicitor of this firm.
Hi, I'm Yami and I'm a paralegal and soon to be a trainee here.
Hi everyone, I'm Erica. I'm an associate in this firm and I have recently finished my training contract here.
So let's start things off with a simple question for everybody. Broadly speaking, what does your current role entail?
My current role basically involves working on some corporate matters and also some private client matters. So private client would include matrimonial, probate, and even some a little bit of criminal too actually.
And right now I'm still exploring what kind of which scope I'm interested in, but so far I'm more interested in probate and corporate.
As for me, I think we deal with a majority of litigation work, and I work very closely with our litigation partner, Ms. Anna Lau. And it's mostly commercial and civil litigation, although we do come across a few criminal cases here and there. And at times, if we have clients who come to us for some, rather simple commercial transactions, then we would also help them with the drafting of agreements, the preparation of all the necessary documentation, even due diligence, review, verification, and all that kind of procedural stuff.
So Yami, you mentioned you are a soon-to-be trainee. How did this happen?
I used to work as a company secretary here in the firm, and I've worked for around 3 years time, and then I think after the 3 years, maybe I want, because there was one thought, I was like, maybe I want to explore something further. So I decided to apply for PCLL, and I just finished PCLL right now.
How about you, Erica and Kelly? What did you do prior to working here?
Do you want to go first?
Okay, so like any other law students, I did law, my LLB in the UK, and did my PCL at Hong Kong U, and here I am. So unlike Yami and Erica, this isn't my second degree, or Yami also has company secretary background. I don't, so I'm just strictly law.
No, I did. Took me a little bit more time. It's a bit of derouting. My major was humanities and social science, but then I got interested in law during my studies. Although it's international law, so a bit unrelated. But anyways, that took me. That just got me into the legal path, and then I did a bit of paralegal work to make sure that I actually wanted to develop a career in the sector before I completed my PCLL, and after that it's just training, 2 years of training, and here I am.
Wow, it's a really big life decision to choose to pursue a career in the legal field. So I'm curious, how did you guys decide, and were there any other career paths you considered?
I think because my first degree also a law degree, but when the time I finished my law degree, I wasn't 100% sure of myself if I really want to go into the legal path. So I tried some time as a paralegal, and then later on I found that company secretary is quite interesting, so I have a taste with it as well. But it's been 3 years, and then I was thinking maybe it's time for me to go a little bit further, not only in the secretary part, but also on the legal path as well, because I could see that these days corporate and like company secretary side is a little bit more connected with the corporate side, so maybe it would help me if I go further on the legal side.
How about you, Erica?
I did humanities and social science, right? So that it's a very interesting subject, but at the same time, it's too vague. It does not give you a very clear career path unless you want to go for the academic route. So that's kind of got me thinking, should I be doing something more practical? And I think law as a subject when studying is interesting enough. All the theories, all the cases that you have to read, it's just a very it's like an endless world for you to go into it and to discover which part of you are you actually more passionate about. And so yeah, and that just got me started. And obviously, I mean, as a teen, I've considered so many other career paths, but I guess it just kind of meant to be, because I've never had enough patience to stick around for one thing, and this at least has got me stick around for paralegal, and then now at least like 5 years plus. So I guess that's just how we connected.
Yeah. So more specifically, how did you guys decide to apply here?
Yeah, so I started as an intern back in, I think, 2020, when I was still studying for my LLB. And afterwards I knew about this campus ambassador program, so I became a campus ambassador while studying for my PCLL, and then I got a returning offer to come back as a trainee.
Wow, okay. How about you, Erica?
I actually connected with one of the staff working in here via LinkedIn.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I just tried to see if there's any opportunities of me working in here, and thankfully they have a vacancy, and that's how I got into it.
Okay, great. So connections are really important here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So a more practical question for me is, what exams did you guys take to become a qualified lawyer in Hong Kong, or soon to be qualified solicitor?
There's the difference between barristers and solicitors in Hong Kong. So the academic part is the same. Everyone has to go through law school. If you're from a local law school, then it's just straight up 4 years. After that, everyone has to do PCLL. It's a mandatory 1 year training. And if you complete a PCLL, then it's 1 year of training for barristers, which they're called pupil at that time, and then 2 years of training for solicitors, with the trainee solicitors. And then after that, that's how you get qualified. Yeah, that's for local students though. Yeah. Do you guys want to add on?
Well, for overseas, I guess there's an added layer where you have to take the conversions before you are qualified to apply for the PCLL. So you have to make sure that you pass all the subjects, then you're either going to get a conditional offer or you'll be qualified to be accepted to a university for PCLL.
How about non-law students? How can they become a qualified solicitor here?
If you have a non-law background and wish to qualify as a lawyer, then in Hong Kong you can obtain a JD, which is called Juris Doctor, from a recognized institute under common law jurisdiction, or GDL as well. And you can also be registered as a foreign lawyer by passing a qualification examination or gain exception from the Law Society stuff. And alternatively, you can also do an SQE in UK first, and then later on you can register as a foreign lawyer and then get exemption as well.
My next question is to you, Erica. What was it like transitioning from a trainee to an associate?
When you're a trainee, you deal with well, either way, you're always following instructions. But I guess the stuff that you do is more mechanical in the sense where you started, because I do litigation work, so I started off with like a lot of bundling, a lot of filing, and then you have to do a ton of legal research and drafting very simple letters. So you have to do some basic analysis, but a lot of times all your time has just been, a lot of times you focus on just doing all of these basic stuff, and I guess your seniors would take care of the more substantial matters. But then as you become an associate, then they expect you to work more independently and to not having to ask for approval on every single step of the way. And so you just have to learn to take the lead, and if the client asks you, because you're a qualified person, right? So you are supposed to be able to give advice, and so you also have to be the one to make sure that you can back your own advice, not to say something that is like completely irrelevant or unsociated, right? So yeah, I think that's the biggest difference is the amount of critical thinking, independent thinking process that you have to go through, and also just basically, I guess, it's the amount of stress that you have to face, as a qualified person, just to be responsible for what you said. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So to ask a more personal question, what's your favorite thing about working here?
I guess my favorite thing about working here is we have a rather young crowd, so we all just get along pretty well, and everyone's so friendly. And if you have a question, you can just ask for help.
How about you, Yami?
I think same as Kelly. Colleagues here, very friendly, always willing to help. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask around. And also, I really like the vibes here. Everyone is so motivated, and that's I like.
I think I can add on to another point is that training in a smaller firm, it really gives you the authority to work on more substantive like work early on, so you get more exposure and you feel like you're not doing like you feel like you're making an impact, you're doing meaningful work quite early on. And also our supervisor gives us a lot of trust, and it's not helicopter monitoring us all the time.
Yeah, and I think because our managing partner, Mr. Stefan Schmierer, he's German, so he has a large European client base, and me personally, together with Ms. NLR, we also work with a lot of clients from other parts of Asia, and so it's a very good exposure for a trainee to becoming an associate, and you have to you gotta work with just colleagues from all around the world. Colleagues, once I call to me, other lawyers. So that's good for anyone.
Do you think there was anything that made you stand out as an applicant when applying here?
As for me, I went through the whole application process, so sometimes you just have to follow up. Obviously, I remember I called the recruiting staff a few times just to follow up on the progress, but obviously, we want to stay polite and not overbearing. This shows enthusiasm, and it shows that you really care about working in this firm. So I guess that's one of the reasons why I stood out, and I got an offer to be a Hong Kong U campus ambassador during my PCL time, and then of course later on accepting the training contract offer.
Do you guys have any advice for potential trainees who wish to apply to the firm?
I think work here first. Like you can work as a paralegal or an intern, or as a company secretary like me, and have a taste of here, and then
I guess that's just the message from everyone, is that this firm is very proactive. They always want you to reach out, message our campus ambassadors, that kind of thing, and be familiar with the application process in general.
Yeah. And it'd be good if you just do more research before application. So know what you want.
Know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
Know what practice area you want to do.
Read some of the articles, be interested, and just be yourself, basically.
I think that's all my questions today. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you,
very
Vienna.